Hey everyone, welcome to TRA 4234 Warehouse and Inventory Management. This is the week one coursework review. So for this week, uh, you will only be using one textbook, and it's the Warehouse Management textbook. It's the blue textbook, this one. Okay, so you'll need to read chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is the role of the warehouse, 2 is the role of the warehouse manager, 3, the receiving process, receiving and put away. Chapter 4, warehouse processes, pick preparation, getting ready to determine how you're going to pick your product. Okay, and then you have your supporting PowerPoints above. As always, we have a weekly discussion, and we have a video that you'll view for the first question. And the first question says, do you believe that all companies should be automated? Please explain your answer as to why you feel that automation is or is not a good fit for all companies. Please list the pros and cons of an automated system. So I'm asking you for your opinion, and I'm also asking you for some pros and cons, and you can provide your own opinion, but I would like to see something from the reading that talks about pros and cons. And then your second discussion post is, based on your reading in chapter 2, what would you say is the most difficult part about being a warehouse manager, and why do you feel that this aspect of warehouse manager role is difficult? And then, if you have personal experiences, I encourage you to share them. That's what this is about. It's about sharing your experiences so that others can learn from you. And it doesn't have to agree with the book. If you don't agree with the book, or you don't agree with me or a fellow student, go ahead and voice that opposition, but do it respectfully so that you're not being rude. Okay. This term we also have another presentation, and you can kind of expect this with all the classes. That's how we have it set up, and these are the guidelines that we have to meet our accreditation. So for this, and it gets you into the subject and makes you think outside the box and do some research, so that you learn something beyond just the book. Okay, so for this term you will prepare a PowerPoint presentation, because as a manager you will be presenting to others, and you oftentimes need to have a PowerPoint, or would like to have a PowerPoint to make your points. Now, the purpose of a PowerPoint is not to write a book and read off of that. You have your bullet points, and you talk to those bullet points. So again, what you'll be doing is you'll choose a company, as you did last term, and to focus on, and that will be your title slide. What company you plan on focusing on, and warehousing or inventory management. You'll provide a brief history of the company on the first slide. So, how did the company come to be? What is their history? And just give some information about the company. You'll discuss the type of warehousing that they employ. Maybe they focus on raw goods, maybe they have finished goods, maybe they have work in progress. So tell me what kind of inventory they have. And then address the storage techniques that they use to store their inventory. Is it raw goods? Is it honeycombing, random? And you'll get to know these terms as we go through this course. And then what is or are the picking systems that they use? And then what benefits are derived from the picking system that they've chosen. Address some challenges and trends that in warehousing that the company you have chosen are facing. And then, are there any future plans or future technologies that might be utilized to improve your company's efficiency and effectiveness? Okay, so it will be in a PowerPoint format. The presentation should be at least 6 slides, but with everything I've given you 8 different things. You can consolidate it if you'd like and do 6 slides, but you must have a minimum of 6 slides. And each slide should have narration put into it, because, for instance, if you were in a corporate meeting room, you would have the people in front of you and be discussing it as it's up on the screen. However, in COVID, you may not be in the same area, but you still have to give the presentation, so you put the narration to the PowerPoint so that they can listen to it on their own. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with PowerPoint, I have added some PowerPoint tutorials in the announcements. I've also added a tutorial on how to insert narration into your PowerPoint presentation. Let's see. And you must have at least 3 pictures within your PowerPoint presentation. Not every slide has to have a picture, but if you'd like to, that's great. But it also teaches you how to insert pictures. You must cite the source that you received the picture from, so make sure you keep track of that. There are templates in the PowerPoint programs that you can choose from to use, or you can try to design your own if you'd like. Your presentation should contain, again, 3 pictures, and the picture for that slide should be related to the topic that you're speaking about. Your presentation should contain at least, it's already talked about, sorry, and APA guidelines should be followed. So, just like you would cite a source in your paper, if you're using something from another source, you need to give the author's credit or the source that you brought it from and cite it. And then with that, so you'll have a separate title page. Then within your slide, if you have something from another source, you should cite it, and it should be referenced below. So at minimum, the company's website should be, but I'm going to need 3 references from you next week. So I want to see at least 3 sources cited and referenced throughout your presentation. Alright, so week 1, this week, what you need to do is research a company that you would like to study and present on. Make sure that you find plenty of material on warehousing and inventory management to substantiate your research. And like I said, I've included the tutorials in the announcement section on how to prepare a PowerPoint presentation if you're unfamiliar with that, and how to include narration if you're unfamiliar with that. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for week 1. Then you have your week 1 quiz. You'll have 2 hours to complete the quiz, and it will cover all the information that we studied in week 1. And that's it for week 1. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will return your email or your call as soon as I can if I'm unavailable. Have a good day.